There we go.
Oh,
That's a good one.
looks good.
What do you got there, Antonio? Hey folks, it's Evo here from Thunderous Lure Company, and welcome to today's episode of Thunderous Fishing Tips. And what does Antonio have on there? First drop down since we set up.
Beauty.
Nice sunfish.
That's a good bluegill.
Is a real nice bluegill. Now, hopefully that's a keeper.
Yeah.
That's a good eater size right there. So, folks, here's the situation. We got a lot of snow yesterday, so we put all our gear in a sled. Sled, when you come into ice fishing, is key. So we loaded up the sled and we started walking. And first thing we did is, we found the spot, drilled a hole, and what we like to do after we drill a hole is check that area and see if it's holding fish. So your electronics died.
Yep.
So there's no flasher. So we tested the hole, got one decent sunfish, right? And then kept trying a little bit longer, and then caught another smaller sunfish, and then that was kind of it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, okay, there's not many fish around here. So then we moved over and tried in here, caught 3 or 4 fish. So then what we did is we set up the hut, got the hut set up, got ourselves situated. There we go. You got another one, eh?
Yeah. This one's much smaller.
The little guy.
Yeah.
The hut is quite nice. You come in, you're nice and warm, you're out of the wind, and you got a tiny... So you went from a keeper fish to a real small...
Two extremes.
Sunfish. But here's the thing, folks. We're set up. Now we've got a spot where we know there's some fish holding. Again, no electronics. And what we're doing is we're working the sting nose jig and spoon. And because of this bad weather and the cold front that came through, we're slowing things down and working really small baits. So we've both got the 1/16 ounce sting nose. I wanted to put a gold on, but we both ended up with silver. So we both have silver, and I don't think I was on the bottom.
No?
No. We both have silver. Here's another one. Wow.
Mine didn't even hit the bottom.
No, so my problem was I was not on the bottom. I thought I was. I want to get my line down there.
The lure landed right in this fish's mouth.
Yeah? Getting a little bigger?
A little bigger.
Well, that first one was quite nice.
Yeah.
So I was jigging. I thought I was on the bottom, folks, but I wasn't. So I'm not going to do anything if I'm not on the bottom. So I'll get that line down there. But yeah, just a little small 1/16 ounce sting nose. And you could tip them or you could fish them as is. So for these sunfish, there's mainly sunfish here. There are the odd perch though, right?
Once in a while, yeah.
Once in a while you might get a perch. Now if I was fishing for perch, I would use like 1/8, 3/16, 1/4 ounce sting nose, and I would tip it with an eye drop. I did bring some eye drops with me as well, but for these smaller sunfish, you're better off to use... Oh, you had a good hit.
Saw that.
You're better off just to use the sting nose bear, the really small one, or tip it with a little piece of worm for these panfish. So we're just jigging these off the bottom, and like I say, look at you're crushing them. I had one hit and that was it. Just working these sting nose off the bottom. Now, the other thing is your line might be a little lighter than mine, right?
It is, yeah. It's like 3 pound test or 4 or whatever.
So I was going to mention that. So like I've got 6 pound test line on, fluorocarbon, and you got 3 pound. So line makes a difference. It does. And like I say, I like the downsize, but this actually is the line that I had on from last year.
Oh yeah.
It's the same line, which I really should have changed it, which of course I didn't. But I will at some point get it changed, and maybe what I'll do is I'll downsize to like a 4 pound fluorocarbon. Now the other thing, when we set up here, typically when you set up, you're making a bit of noise. And honestly, like especially if you're in shallow water, and like if you're in like 10 feet, 12 feet, 15 feet, the noise you make up above, all your walking and crunching and drilling holes, you're gonna startle that area. So you need to, be patient and let those fish come back around. And they will come back around. So, but try when we're fishing, we try to stay as quiet as we can, right? Like we're not moving around,
Sure.
rustling with our pails.
Why risk it, right? Keep it quiet.
Exactly.
Oh, you had one.
I had him. They must be really small, though, eh?
Very subtle touches, right?
I just missed another one.
Really?
Well, we can't go any smaller. We got a 1/16 on. That's a tiny jigging spoon. It's so small, and the hooks are nice and small. But when you're fishing for panfish like this, that's what you need. If you're fishing for walleye, you know, you're gonna go 1/8 ounce, 3/8, or not 1/8, 1/4, 3/8, ½ ounce. You know, even for crappies, you know, you could use a little bit of a bigger jigging spoon, tipped with an eye drop, and away you go. But for these little sunfish, you really need a tiny lure. So I got to show you something though, folks. We drilled our holes, and you know these are fantastic for cleaning your holes with. They're just ideal. I got to show you the boatless anglers. The boatless anglers.
What's wrong with that?
Did you make this or what?
No, it's for frying food.
It's out of the kitchen,
yeah,
and into the hut. Only the boatless angler, folks. You gotta love it. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna have to wait these fish out and get them attracted back around again. But you had a little flurry there just as we got set up here, so that's a good sign. All right, let's see if we can attract a few more hits. At least we're nice and warm in the hut,
it's
right?
nice in here.
It cuts the wind. It's easier on the hands. It's so much nicer. Having said that, I actually prefer fishing out in the open. But when it's below zero, freezing, and a little windy, it's nice to be in the hut. Okay, back down we go, and
Hooked up.
the boatless angler has struck again. You got the hot hole, Antonio.
The hot hole, the hot hand. Well, that's not bad.
No.
It's better.
Yeah.
Not gonna keep, but
Not first, like not like the first one, right?
right.
Now, when we say not keep, you can keep it if you want. There's no size limit on sunfish, but you got to clean them.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get down to the bottom. There we go. I'm on the bottom now. My line's a little bit curly. This old line, a little curly. Okay, give it a little jig. I think you gotta. You being aggressive or?
That was very subtle.
Very subtle.
Yeah. More keeping it, like just jiggling it and keeping it still.
More of a subtle hit. So that's the thing. You got to find out what these fish want, right? Sometimes that aggressive jigging actually spooks them. You know?
Yeah.
Make sure I'm on the bottom.
Well, that didn't even bite. He was on.
He was just there?
Yeah. Just
Maybe on the fall. He hit it just on the fall, right?
something.
Well, you're definitely... I'm right beside you, so, like... all the fish can't be in your hole. What'd you do? Pre-bait your hole or something? Or chum it?
It's an art.
Just entice that bite. You gotta entice the bite. A little jiggle.
Oh,
Miss them?
just missed them. That was a better one.
You think? Or I think when we miss them like that, they're smaller.
I felt them though.
Did you?
Yeah. Just delayed on the hook set.
Well, you might bite again if you know.
True.
He might if you didn't sting him too bad. No pun intended with the sting nose. Okay, I'm gonna switch it up.
I think it's a good
I'm
idea.
gonna switch it up. So Antonio brought. I always bring 2 fishing rods too, but my other rod is the same issue with the line. So Antonio was kind enough to say, "Hey, use my other fishing rod." All right, so I'll use your fishing rod here and get it down there. Okay, let's see if that makes a difference now, right? I mean, it's going to help me.
It's already going down faster.
Yeah, the line's going down faster, and it's going to help with more control too, right? Because the first time when I was down there, I wasn't even on the bottom. I thought I was, but I wasn't. I couldn't. It was hard to tell that line. But you're right, with this one, it's a little bit easier already, I can see. All right. Let's see if this changes my luck any. Although I did get a couple when we were checking out the holes.
Yeah, you did.
You know. Okay, there we
You can
go.
always switch back if you don't like it.
Oh no, why would I not? I mean, why would I not? So let's see what happens here. And you did a little upsize there, I saw.
Upsize my lure. Upsize my rod. Upsize the fish. Oh, there we go.
That's a better fish. Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
It's got a gold sting.
Ah, you went with the gold as well, eh? See, that's a good. We were just talking about that, folks, because we were both running silver, and then Antonio had mentioned about putting the gold on, but the only gold you had was an 1/8 handy.
1/8.
You should switch to a 1/16 maybe. Although if it's going to continue catching big fish like that,
That's a good one.
that's a good bluegill.
Oh, there we go.
It's a good bluegill. This one feels decent too. And let's see what we got here. Yeah, it doesn't feel too bad. Ah, deceiving, tiny. Just a little guy. Okay, get him back in. So, are you tipping? You're tipping yours, right?
I'm tipping mine.
You know what I'm going to do, folks? I'm going to switch mine over to a. I'm going to switch over to a gold, but a 1/16 ounce gold. That's what I'm going to do. All right, I need a pair of scissors. So what I did is I switched to the gold. Look at that. I switched to the gold.
Nice.
And what I did, folks, was we got some grubs. So I went and got a grub, and I just cut a little piece of grub, and I tipped my sting nose with that little piece of grub, and right away, boom.
Yes,
A little bit better, right? But I mean, not a keeper, but a little better. And I still got my little piece of grub on there. Throw him back in. Yeah, just a tiny little piece of grub with the gold, and already it's made a difference. That was my first drop down.
Really, eh?
Yeah. So let's see what happens on the second drop. But that's a good start. Okay, there we go. This line makes a huge difference. I can really tell when I'm on the bottom, eh? Like the line is just very nice. It's fluorocarbon too, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's nice. This is not, ice fishing is not a place for braided line. I mean, I always run fluorocarbon when I run braid, but typically when I'm ice fishing, I'm not running braid. The other thing with braid, especially if you're fishing outside, the water gets on the braid and it freezes up on you. It's just not, and the fish can see it. You gotta really, I don't even like those, they've got those fluorescent lines, like the blue and pink lines. No, I like clear fluorocarbon. To me, is the best line that you're going to use. I just missed one. And yes, it makes a difference. You got another good one.
I think it's not bad. It's not as big as the other one, but
Yeah, they're getting bigger.
all right.
Getting bigger. They're liking the gold, eh?
They are. It's just a bit too
small
to keep.
Yeah, too small. Oh, I can't jig any more subtle. Just a subtle hit. Subtle hit.
No?
No, I don't think he's that big. I don't know. But you know what? This is a lot of fun. Hey? It sure beats sitting at home, doesn't it? Small. Did he didn't quite take my bait. He almost took my bait. I'm still reusing that bait. That's a small fish. Get him in there, back in the water. Okay, he's gone. And I don't know. I'm going to freshen that bait up. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a nice little fresh piece on there.
Oh, I just missed one.
Did you?
Yeah.
Put a fresh piece of bait on here. All right. We're back in. Fresh bait on the bottom. Let's see if we can trigger another bite. Maybe a bigger fish. Just got a subtle jigging. There we go.
There you
Subtle.
go.
Oh, I lost him. Fresh bait. He hit right away. It did feel smaller though. It felt like a smaller fish. I'm hoping to get a bigger one. Let's get right back down there again. But that fresh bait right away, eh? Just tipping it like that.
Worked.
Yeah. Okay, and get back down. All right. So let's try that again. It's a nice little subtle jig and pause. Unless he might have taken my bait actually. Mind you, this thing knows work just the way they are. Oh, did you see that?
Yeah.
Did you see that? Yeah, I just missed him. Got to be another small. It got to be small. But he was there. So, well, I don't know if I have my bait or not, but